This is Graham Cook, and I'd like to introduce you to what is probably the most successful commercial experiential learning activity, Colourblind. At its core, Colourblind is a team-based problem-solving exercise that requires each individual to demonstrate precise communication skills when they don't share the same visual frame of reference. Originally developed by my colleague Jeff Cox to be part of the basic training programme for air traffic controllers, it has since been used in a wide variety of contexts with groups of between 6 and 16 people. Typical learning objectives for Colourblind include understanding that communication is a two-way process requiring a message to be sent and the meaning to be received in the way that the sender intended. Developing flexibility in communication, changing and adapting language to meet the needs of the listeners. Or understanding how communication is culturally specific and how to ensure that we are using shared references to achieve common meaning. Each Colourblind activity is designed, like all RSVP design toolboxes, to be able to be facilitated without the need of specialist trainer training or requiring any license fees or the replacement of any consumable materials. Each toolbox includes 30 small plastic shapes in 5 colours, 20 washable and reusable blindfolds, and a complete facilitator's guide with instructions and suggested review questions. Colourblind is ideally completed by a group seated around a table, as the exercise requires the individuals to handle the shapes whilst blindfolded and typically takes between 20 and 40 minutes to complete, depending on the ability of the group. When the group is blindfolded, the task objective is to identify which 2 plastic shapes have been removed from the original set. As they cannot exchange shapes, the only route to a solution involves finding out what colour of shape they have by asking the facilitator and describing the shapes that they have to each other. Groups will typically realise that by comparing shapes, they will be able to identify which ones are missing. However, in order to reach a successful solution, they will have had to develop and agree a common problem-solving approach, listen carefully to each other, checked and rechecked key pieces of information, and obtained everyone's input. For more than 20 years, Colourblind has been used around the world in a wide variety of organisational and learning and development interventions, including team development. Every team member has a contribution to make and must make their contribution in whatever way is appropriate to reach a successful outcome. Managing information. A large volume of information requires to be gathered, sorted and categorised by the group in this activity. Or communications development. In order to prevent communication misunderstandings within the group, it is vital that they establish a shared understanding of the descriptions of their abstract components. This, of course, is just a small selection of the applications that Colourblind can be used for. For further information, please visit our website at rsvpdesign.co.uk, email us at sales@rsvpdesign.co.uk, or call us with your questions at +44 141 561 0387. Thank you for watching.